I hope today's session really hits home and helps you to unlock your why, going from a fix to a growth mindset. I feel like this is something that's probably close to many of our hearts, especially the getting unstuck, right? Knowing how to get unstuck and then discovering your unique why. We all have a purpose. And that's probably one of the most common things I hear is, what is my purpose? I don't know what I want to do, or thought I knew what I wanted to do, or what I used to want to do. I no longer want to do anymore. And I want you to know that's okay. It's perfectly okay. So we're going to talk about how to discover your unique why and get unstuck. Before I begin, I want to extend an exclusive invitation, of course, to our Vision Soirée online course. It's an immersive experience that's designed to help you manifest your dreams, learn some tools and techniques that you can take with you for the rest of your life to manifest all the things that you desire. It's going to uncover your deepest why, which is what I really love about it. So definitely think about joining the Vision Soiree online course or sharing with a friend who you think may need or want to get unstuck and discover their purpose as well. So make sure you stay to the end for additional details on how to join us. I can only tell you that it's an event that you won't want to, that you don't want to miss. If you've enjoyed our in-person soirees, you'll absolutely love the online course and you'll have lifetime access. But anyway, let's get into the topic of unlocking your why, getting unstuck, and moving from a fix to a growth mindset. First thing is you have to understand the mindset shift. So let's start with the basics. Very high level, when someone is operating from a fixed mindset, that person believes that the talents and abilities that you have are static, meaning it's never ever going to change. This is it. This is what you were given. You were born with this. This is your innate talents. This is your innate skills. Expect no more than that. Okay. That's someone who's operating from a fixed mindset. While a growth mindset thrives on challenge or challenges and sees failure different. A growth mindset sees failure not as evidence of unintelligence or what's the word, of dumbness, or that a person is stupid, but a growth mindset person sees it as a springboard. They see failure, they see any of the setbacks as a springboard for growth. Knowing where you fall between the two is important. So let me ask you, based on those high level definitions I just gave, would you say that you operate more from a fixed mindset standpoint, or is it more of a growth mindset? You can drop it in the comments and let me know. So it's important to know where you fall in between the two because it actually impacts your connection to being able to manifest an abundant life. Imagine that. Yeah. It's all going to tie back to manifestation because what we're trying to do, what Inspire Life B65 Society is about is 365 days of the year, you are living an inspired life of your choosing. Okay. And if it's of your choosing, I'm sure you would choose to live your dream life in reality in every day. So it's really important that you know where you stand between having a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset. Now, today, we're going to focus on how to make a shift in our mindset so we can really unlock our full potential. And that will help us identify our what, our why. Our why. Yes. I'm sure you guessed which mindset is aligned with manifestation. I'll give you a moment. Is it fixed or is it growth? Right. If you guessed growth mindset, you are correct. If you guessed fixed mindset, we have some work to do. So let's add a little bit more color to really highlight the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. And You see me moving my hand, it's because I'm scrolling through my notes. Okay. You know how I am. You know, I love to have my notes. All right. So let's add some color between the two. A fixed mindset, a person who is operating from a fixed mindset believes that whatever you're born with, whatever skills, talents, or otherwise, is all that you have and nothing can be changed. There isn't anything you can do ever, 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 and ever to a never. It will never change. You're stuck. This is it. Which makes me think that if you're feeling stuck, perhaps you're still operating from a fixed mindset. Mm. Hope I'm not ruffling any feathers right now. Because that just came to me. Like if you're feeling stuck, maybe you're still operating from a fixed mindset, and it's time to update the software, the mental software. So a growth mindset, a person who's operating from a growth mindset embraces change. I think we hear it all the time how change is so hard for people. People hate change. People hate this about change. People don't like change or change is scary. All of these things. Well, a person who's operating from a growth mindset embraces change, sees failure as learning opportunities. They enjoy the flexibility of knowing that at any time they decide to do or learn something new, guess what? They can. They believe that they are not stuck, that they are never stuck. And not only can they do it, but they can be successful. They can be successful in the thing that they want to do. So if you're still not understanding the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset, you know I got some examples for you. And you can drop in the comment and tell me if you've ever said one of these things, if you can relate to one of these. So here's here's some examples, and we're gonna play again. You drop in the comments if it's fixed mindset or if it's growth mindset. You can just do fixed or growth, or you can do an F or G. All right. So if someone says, or if you hear someone saying, I'm either good at something or I'm not. I'm either good at something or I'm not. Mhm. I've heard that. It's almost like saying, um, you either gonna accept me like I am or not, because I ain't changing, right? Is that a fixed or growth mindset? I'm not a math person. Is that fixed or growth? Sure, you've heard this. I'm not a numbers person. Fixed or growth? I'm not smart enough to open a business. Fixed or growth? If you guess fixed for all of those, then you are correct. All of those examples had something in common, which was not, I'm not, I'm not, and very permanent, right? No out. So let's look at some other examples. And you tell me if it's fixed or broken. I may throw you a curveball. I may not be good at math yet, but I can learn and improve it. Fixed or broke. I've never opened a business before, but I'm confident I can learn how and do it well. Growth or fixed. I'm new to manifesting, and I know the more I learn and do, the easier it'll be. Fixed or growth. Right. So if you answered in the comments or even in your mind, if it was fixed or growth, all of the most recent ones, the most recent examples I gave you, that are statements you would hear from someone who is operating from a growth mindset. The difference between the two is like night and day, right? The person operating from the growth mindset may understand that they don't have the skill yet, or they're not able to do it yet, but they have the confidence and the knowing that they can learn and they can be great at whatever it is, where it's not an issue, where it's not a problem. They know that they are not stuck. Just because they can't right now doesn't mean they won't be, or that they cannot be the person they want to be or do the thing that they want to do. Right. So let's talk about the power of why and how this is connected to manifestation, and how the power of why is directly connected to you having a fixed mindset or a growth mindset. It's so important that you know your why. If you've been to one of our vision soirees, then you know one of the first things is getting clear, getting clarity, getting clear on what you want, getting clear on your desires, right? So your why is your internal compass. It guides you, it motivates you, it keeps you aligned with your deepest desires and goals. It is the thing that when you want to sleep in, it's the thing that wakes you up and says, nope, get up. We got stuff to do. It's the thing that allows you to go from seeing something dark to being able to move to a place of gratitude and light because you know your why. You know your why and you know that you can obtain your why, right? So understanding your why is the very first step. It is the first step in moving from feeling stuck to soaring towards your dreams. Like it'll help uncover so much for you. So as you're discovering your unique why, there's some questions that you can ask yourself. So if you've been sitting around here going, I just don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I like. I don't know. I just don't know who I am anymore, right? We've all asked ourselves these questions at some point in time. Or I don't know what I want to do. I thought I wanted to do this, but then I just don't know anymore. I mean, sometimes I'm like getting up in the morning. Well, that's because you have to take some time to uncover your why, your own unique why, no one else's. So we can do that by asking ourselves some powerful, reflective questions. So if you have your journal, write this down. To discover your why, start by asking yourself, what brings you joy? Write that down. What brings you joy? Okay. Another question to ask yourself is, when do you feel most fulfilled? When do you feel most fulfilled? The third question to ask yourself is, what impact do you want to have on the world? If the world is too big for you, what impact do you want to have on your community, on your family, in your workplace? What impact do you want to have? These questions aren't just about identifying what you love. These questions are about recognizing what drives you at your core, at your heart center, right there. That's what these questions are for. Okay. This is why I love vision boards so much, because when you've attended a vision soiree, one of the things that you walk away with is a very intentional board. The space allows you to dig deep, uncover your why, and create a physical, a physical thing that you can see, touch, and feel of all that you desire, which of course is your why. So if you haven't done a board, highly suggest you do one. Highly suggest you join a Vision Story online course and find one of our in-person events, or just go to one. Um, it will help set your course and help to give you help to make that compass clearer. So let's do a short visualization. I want you to close your eyes and take a deep, deep breath. And I want you to inhale peace. I want you to inhale serenity. I want you to inhale abundance. I want you to inhale clarity and purpose. And exhale anything else that's not serving. Okay. And now with your eyes closed, keep them closed. I want you to imagine a day where everything aligns with your why. So those questions, what brings you joy? Imagine your day filled with joy. Imagine the impact that you're having in your community or with your family. I want you to visualize and imagine that day. I want you to visualize how you feel. You feel elated, excited, vibrant, energetic. Imagine with your eyes closed, your day and everything aligning with your why. Feel that feeling all throughout your body. I want you to imagine who you're with. Are you surrounded by family, friends, loved ones, spouse, animals, whatever it is? Who you're with and what are you doing? Imagine that day. Just be completely energetically aligned with your why. This vision isn't just a dream. This is your path forward. You can open your eyes now, take a deep breath, and then exhale. How did that feel? How did it feel visualizing your life encompassed with your why? Did it feel good? Did it feel powerful? I mean, I could feel it in my heart, the intent that's there, right? Right. So now let's talk about how do we go from having a fixed mindset to a growth mindset? Because maybe earlier you realized and identified with having a fixed mindset, and that's why you're stuck. Or maybe you know there's some things you need to work through so that you can have more of a growth mindset. I know I keep coming back to this, and you're going to hear me come back to this probably hundreds of times. We have to identify limiting beliefs. Here's the thing. Limiting beliefs, they are just there. Okay. We are a work in progress, always. There's so many layers to us. There's so many beliefs and programs we have. Some we know and some we don't even know until we're placed in a situation and it actually comes up for us. So don't be discouraged when you hear me talk about we got to identify our limiting beliefs and you're going, I've already done that. Like how many times do I have to identify my limiting beliefs? I'm going to say to you as many times as needed to get to where you want to be. So a key step to transitioning to a growth mindset, just like with everything else, is identifying and challenging our limiting beliefs. We got to recognize them so that we can get rid of what's not serving us and replace it with things and beliefs that are. So these are beliefs that are deeply ingrained in our thoughts, and they literally hold us back from pursuing our why. For a lot of people, honestly, it holds them back from even being able to answer their why, being able to answer what does joy look like to them? What type of impact would they have? Limiting beliefs can keep you from doing that. It literally can keep you from dreaming. It can keep you from finding your purpose. So remember, beliefs are just thoughts that we've repeated over and over and over and over enough times to actually believe they're true. And that's something. Beliefs are just thoughts that we've repeated enough times to believe they're true. It's time to rewrite the narrative, girl. It's time to rewrite it and create the story that you truly want. So, how do we do that? We have to embrace challenges and reframe them and start to see them as opportunities. See, with the growth mindset, every challenge becomes an opportunity to learn and grow. I have a saying, and this is a belief that I created years ago. And clearly, I firmly believe in it now. But the belief, my saying is where there's chaos, there's opportunity. Where there's chaos, there's opportunity. And let me tell you what that's done for me, because just like with challenges, where there's challenges, there's opportunity. That's the same for me. Challenges, chaos, there's opportunity. What that has done for me, having that new belief, is it has kept me from going into crisis mode when everyone else around me is going into crisis mode. It's allowed me to stay calm. It's allowed me to think clearly. I can give a really great example, if you don't mind me sharing a story with you, of me actually using chaos where there's chaos is opportunity, chaos opportunity moment. So COVID, which I'm not making light of COVID in any way. This is just simply one moment in time where this happened. It was March. And so if you're here in the States in March, like mid-March, it was like March 14th is when you really knew that it was a problem. I was at the office working, actually preparing for an event, and all the TVs are on in the office. Everyone is gathered around, and you could feel the energy in the room. Like literally, it was just whoosh. Worry, panic, anxiety, chaos ensued. I could see it in my office, in my small little office. I could see it. So imagine, I just could only imagine what it was like out there, like in a large place with a whole lot of people. And so I'm looking at this chaos. Everyone's watching the news, trying to figure out what they're going to do, what we have to do, panicking. And in that moment, I remembered standing there with everyone and then in my head hearing where there's chaos, there's opportunity. So I go back to my desk. I log on to Fidelity. I think it was Fidelity. It might have been Robinhood. I don't know. And I had never bought my own individual piece of stock before on my own. Done index funds and I do all that stuff, 401k, but my own individual piece of stock, never done. So I'm sitting there and I'm going, well, where there's chaos, there's opportunity. What happens when there's chaos in our country, right? People panic, just like what I'm seeing around me. So I'm wondering what the stock market is doing. So all that to say, it was in that moment where there was chaos, where there was a challenge, where because I had a belief system that where there's chaos, there's opportunity, or where there's challenges, there's opportunity, I was able to refocus my energy. I was able to keep myself calm and in the midst of everyone else around me, losing it, panicking, not being paralyzed, not able to move, not able to move forward. I was able to move forward and do something else with my energy. And it has paid off handsomely because of that belief that that belief that I programmed some years ago. And that's just one example of how a new belief has served me. And so I have to ask you, when you're facing challenges, do you turn them into opportunities? Do you know how to turn them into opportunities? So instead of saying, I can't do this, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Right? Instead of, oh my gosh, just this is overwhelming. It is just, it can't happen. Ask yourself, where's the diamond in this? Where's the lesson in this? Right? Embrace It says embrace your struggles, but if you know me, you know that I don't believe in struggle. That's a new belief that I've had for some years as well. I don't believe in struggle. All these resources and tools we have, There's no reason for you to struggle. So anytime you feel like you are in a place of struggle, say, nope, no, there's no reason for me to struggle. I have plenty of resources and tools around me to navigate this with ease. So embrace the challenge and see it as a stepping stone towards your goal. A person with a growth mindset says, oh, challenge, hmm, building block. I must have had to go through this because it's preparing me for the next thing, the best thing, right? Versus a fixed mindset said, I can't do anything, I can't do nothing about this. Oh, well, I guess this is the end. If that's it. Who wants to live that life, right? I know none of us do. So definitely look at your challenges as opportunity and start asking yourself in the midst, what can I learn from this? So when it comes to manifesting your why, manifestation and a growth mindset go hand in hand, hand in hand. They work together. So when you're clear on your why, which is like why we are very specific and get clarity in our manifestation process and the 6 steps that I've shared with you all, you have to get clear on your why. So when you're clear on your why, you can start to manifest it into your reality. If you don't know what your why is, how are you going to manifest any of the things that you want? Right? No, you're not even clear. It's just going to be random things instead of more consistent ways of life, consistent states of mind, right? So you want to use tools like your vision board that helps to ingrain or solidify your why. That's what all those things are for. Affirmation. Download the Choose to Believe affirmation that I created for you and start listening to that every night or in the morning or in the shower and decide to create new beliefs. Scripting. So powerful. One of the most powerful techniques that I use, honestly. Love, love, love scripting. Be in the present. Be growth mindset now. Okay. You don't have to wait. Become that person now. These these tools, they aren't just exercises for you to do. I'm not just giving them to you so you can have something to do. These are things that you can use for the rest of your life that you can take with you anytime where you feel stuck, um, anytime where you have a block. Use any one of those tools that we've been talking about. This way, it always aligns your energy with your deepest desires. It keeps you in sync. Okay. So manifestation is not just about wishing, it's about inspired action. You can wish all you want. You can wish all you want. But if you don't know your why and you don't take inspired action, what are we doing? And inspired action isn't just doing all the things and figuring out the how. It's less about that. Inspired action is knowing that you know is going to happen and moving yourself towards that path. So you break down your why into actionable steps. What does that look like? If you were wanting to buy or purchase a new house, right? Because your purpose, your why is to be able to have a loving home, a beautiful, loving home for your family, your kids, and for your parents so that you all can come together and create amazing memories, right? Let's say that's your why, to create amazing memories with your family, um, have a place where people can gather and feel safe and loved. And so out of that, the way to accomplish one of the ways to accomplish that is to get a house. All right. So now you want a house. Perfect. Well, you have to take the inspired action. The inspired action isn't necessarily, well, how am I going to pay for the house? How am I going to, how is the money going to come to me? Well, how am I going to do all these other things? That's really not the inspired action. The inspired action is, okay, well, I know that I'm going to get a house. So let me define and get very specific and clear on what type of house I want. Do I want a ranch style or a 2-story? Do I want to have a balcony or not? Do I want a pool? Do I want stucco or do I want stone? Okay, well, let me start driving around or looking in magazines to start looking at houses that I like. and start pulling those out. Let me make my list of must haves and what I cannot stand that this is not going to work. Okay. What area do I want to be in? That's inspired action. Let me check and just see if my credit is, is where it needs to be. Just so I'm aligning my goals with my vision. That's inspired action. So once you break down your why into actionable steps, inspired actions, I want you to think about what you can do today, this week, or this month to bring you closer to your goals. Remember, the universe loves speed and clarity. A lot of times we like to say, oh, it's in God's timing, or, his delay is not his denial. All of that is true. But a lot of the delay is you. We the delay. We the reason for the slow timing. We have to be ready to receive. We have to be in a place where we can be flexible, where we embrace change, where we know that what we see in front of us isn't necessarily what it is, right? We have to truly have that faith. So let's get it together. Let's write this narrative. Let's get unstuck and let's embrace having a growth mindset so that we can manifest the life of our dreams. Okay. Let's see. So we've covered a whole lot today. I'm not trying to preach. I hope y'all don't feel like I'm trying to preach because that is not what I'm here to do. But I do want you to understand some of these principles and start to see how our programming and how we're moving in this world is impacting us, how it's keeping us from realizing our joy and from living the life that we deserve. And I don't mean just live, I mean living a happy, fulfilling, purpose driven life. Okay. So this mindset shift from fixed to growth has to happen in order for you to discover your unique why. It has to happen. We have to align ourselves energetically with the growth mindset. Remember, your why is powerful. It's the fuel for your journey. It's the thing that's getting you out of the bed, that allowing you to make decisions quickly because you know what you want. You know what you want. You know where you're going. You know you have an idea of what's on the other end, right? Because you're so true. You're so deep in the why, and you can feel it in your core. So it's the fuel for your journey, and understanding it is the first step toward a true life of fulfillment and purpose. Once you get that why going, man, a plan can come together. And if you're having challenges with creating an achievable outcome, that's the session. That's one of the sessions that you can look at on inspirelife365.com on the site and book a session, or even creating an inspired action plan. That's a session as well. It's a powerful session. Literally, you will receive a roadmap, a step by step of what you need to do each week, each month, and so forth. So I hope today's session has resonated with you. I hope that you have found some inspiration in this, and that you understand the difference between a fixed and a growth mindset. And most importantly, that you've made the decision to move towards a growth mindset and not stay stuck. We don't have time for that. We don't have time to stay stuck. We got too much to do. We got too much to do and too much love to be spreading around, and joy to have and life to live. So if this really, really resonated with you and you're interested in learning more about these principles, definitely consider the Vision Soirée online course. Share it with your friends. Get them to come. There's a special promotion code just for Inspire Life 365 members. And also, if you want to share with your friends, they can come in too for that special rate as well. It'll only be for this one time. And just know that it's there. If you have any questions, reach out to me. Know that you are in a beautiful, supportive space. And in our sessions, we will definitely work together and clarify your why. We'll make those shifts that we need to make in our mind to move towards a growth mindset and get out of this fixed rut. And then, of course, most importantly, manifesting dreams and bringing these things into reality, bringing them into fruition. So definitely check in the comments below. I'll leave the link there. But as usual, I just want to say thank you to you for allowing me to share space and time with you. I hope um, that this live was powerful. I hope that it helped to give you a different perspective, because you have the power to change your mindset at any time. You can uncover your why at any time. You can manifest your life and your wildest dreams at any time once you decide. Okay. I'm Natalie, and I love you. As always, I'm inspired by you. I'm inspired by you. So please share below in the comments any thoughts. Please share with the group. What you say matters. Your voice matters. If there's something that stuck out with you in this live, definitely put it down below. If you have a question, drop it below. Or if there's anything that you'd like to know more of, or a topic that you'd like to hear me talk about, definitely drop it below too. Okay. So until next time, know that I believe in you. I am here for you, and I am inspired by you. Love you so much. Till next time. Bye.